Shout out to everybody on the live stream right now. Shout out News Jones tapping in. Shout out TGK Digital tapping in. Shout out Benito tapping in. But yeah. All right, here we go. We got P Savvy in the building. P Savvy, how's it going?
Hi. Hey man, what's up? How's it going?
Good.
Glad to be back. Happy February. Happy Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. Always good to talk to you. It's the Savvy Savage Show. We got a new episode of Let's Talk About It. Raaj Bundles, P Savvy in the building. Y'all know how we do it. We'll go ahead, jump right into this thing. We seen your boy Jake Paul. Your boy Jake Paul has dropped a new music video. Dana White diss. He's dissing Dana White, one of the co-owners of the UFC. He has a Dana White lookalike in it. He's in the video fooling, but at the same time, he is highlighting some important issues in the industry. He is trying to shed light on some things. So, did you see the video? And what's your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, man, I don't know. He's definitely got a feud with the MMA world. I guess he made a whole diss video for Dana White. I guess he's really pissed off about the fact that Dana White's underpaying a lot of the fighters. I guess he's not offering some healthcare benefits. He did mention that in the video. He's raising subscriptions, and I guess the fighters aren't getting that type of compensation, so he's probably a little upset about that. I don't know, man. He said some crazy stuff about Dana White to where, he wants to see him in the ring possibly. So I thought it was pretty funny that he mentioned Mahomes. That's not going to happen. But you know what? I guess he wants to fight Alvarez again. He wants that ring. And there was a Stephen A interview where he was talking. He was like, hey, you know what, Jake? Do you really see yourself getting that second ring and or getting a ring at all with Alvarez? And he's like, yeah, man, I give a couple of years. He's like, man, you're going to need at least 11 to 15 fights. So he was, he wasn't too happy about it, but he's really upset. He's got the feud with the MMA. See, he's trying to put himself on an independent platform, kind of where like you can take away the middleman. And if he tries to draw out the middleman, then maybe he can gain more subscription money through his live streams and through he's doing with all his when you're subscribing to watch the fights. So I think he's just trying to cut out the middleman, and he's saying like, hey, why does this organization make so much money off my subscriptions with my fans, but they only cut me this percentage? And I can see where he's upset with that. I think that he's trying to be a mogul to independent fighters, kind of in a way like independent artists, music artists. So, well, I mean, I see why he's upset, but that whole diss track is just crazy.
Yeah, I think he's getting to with a couple of the UFC guys, Masvidal, and he called out Khabib. Said if Khabib, Khabib has his own little fighting league. He said he'll join Khabib's fighting league if he gets in the ring with him. Jake Paul needs his ass beat. That's what it is. He's 5-0. A couple knocks out. He's on a high horse right now. He really just needs a nice swift kick in the ass, a nice ass whooping to humble him a little more. And he's not.
I really would agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
He's going against fucking Ben Askren, Nate Robinson, YouTubers. Tyron Woodley, a UFC guy. You're fighting him in boxing. But all in all, though, he is trying to shed some good light. He's trying to get these fighters more money, trying to get them health benefits. But he's calling out some of the top guys. Khabib, he can't beat Canelo in a boxing match, no way. And if he gets in the UFC rings with any of these guys, he's gonna get his ass whooped for sure because he's 190. If he gets in the UFC octagon with any 190-pound UFC guy, he's gonna get fucked up. Because
he just doesn't have the mechanics, Raj. Like I agree with you 100%. He does need to get his butt kicked because he doesn't have the mechanics as a standard MMA fighter, and it's almost proven to fact that like he gets his gain from his YouTube subscribers, and he gets his game from being on an egotistical high horse, and everybody kind of likes that savagery now, so they feed into it, especially the younger generation. So I think it's a little bit more fame and and wanting to be, you know, that asshole that's kind of what like is gonna make his name. But when he gets his ass kicked in the ring, that's a whole nother story.
Right.
So I would like to see that too. I agree with you.
Yeah. So what is your preference? What do you think is better, UFC or boxing? I
I
gotta
mean, I
pull up
like a
in.
good boxing match. I don't
Would you
maybe
say?
froze for a second.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go.
Technical error.
Yeah, no, I got a
A little
poll up
bit,
in
a
my
little
IG
bit.
story right now. UFC or boxing? It's kind of like a half and half split right now. Because I had
Mhm.
Reed on yesterday. He said UFC is better than boxing. Is doing better. Boxing's corrupt, and I don't necessarily agree with all that. And so I just wanted to see what your
Hmm.
opinion was. What did you prefer, UFC or boxing? Like me personally, I like them both. I don't think one is just that much better than the next one. UFC does give you the fights, the big fights, like the main events just are more better. In boxing, it gets drugged out. You don't always get to see the big fights you want to see. So that is one of the issues
Yeah.
with boxing. But me personally, I like them both.
Yeah, I mean, I like UFC. I did just you're right. Boxing's a little bit more independent, but the UFC is like the big draw, so it's a lot more built up. So there's a lot more organization involved, um, you know, and it's always exciting to see the big fights. So I'd say UFC just because it's more exciting for me. That's a more exciting watch on a personal note.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But
Nope.
yeah,
I feel you on
for
that. Okay,
sure.
yeah. We'll see, and we'll also see who Jake Paul's next fight is against. Is it a boxing match? Is it a UFC?
They
What
didn't.
happens?
Okay, so they didn't announce that yet, huh? He's just talking to talk, but he doesn't have a matchup yet.
I don't think he has. Did he announce a match when he was talking to Stephen A?
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back. Maybe somebody in the following can tell us. I don't know. Anybody listening? Do you guys know if he announced it?
Okay, yeah, we'll do a little more homework on that.
We'll
We'll
see. We'll
check into
check the
that.
comments.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. All right, moving on here. Let's see what got on the feedback here. Shout out to everybody in the stream right now. Benito says boxing. He likes boxing over UFC. So you guys let us know. Let us know in the stream. Always give your feedback, your opinions. We're gonna read them. We want to hear what you guys got to say. All right, moving on here. We just seen Tom Brady retired. We just seen Tom Brady announce his retirement at 44. He'll be 45 this year. Me personally, I thought he had one more year left in him. I didn't think he was going to retire. I thought he was going to play one more year, try to give it one more shot. I didn't think a guy that was as much of a winner as he is was going to leave on a losing note, losing to your boy Stafford. Stafford put him out the playoffs, but I thought he was going to come back for one more year. But how do you feel about it? Do you think Brady's the GOAT? You think he's the greatest of all time?
I don't know, man. He retires on 22 NFL seasons. You know, they say he's a 7-year Super Bowl champ. It's crazy because when he was playing with U of M and he threw 248 yards at that Michigan State game, that was just crazy because that was that moment where they gave him the quarterback position. So Tom Brady never really had the mechanics as a standard quarterback to like be considered, like to be drafted and to be like a top pick. So the fact that he just showed so much, like he just showed a lot of relentlessness, and he just showed that he could always handle the task that was given to him. I think throughout the years when he was playing with U of M to playing with the Patriots to not playing with the Bucks and then the retirement, I think that he's shown himself along the way that he's a great player. Is he as great as Bradshaw? I mean, is he as great as Marino? Is he as great as Peyton Manning? Like, we just have to kind of
He has more rings than those guys.
quarterbacks and decide, you know, for yourself if you think that Tom Brady has always been the greatest of all time. And yeah, man, I mean, you've got 7 all-time Super Bowl champs rings. I mean, it's just like that's really hard to come by. Like he does deserve it. He has played his all-time best. And it really surprised me because I thought he was going to get at least one more year, Raj. Like, I agree with you. He's freaking young still. He's great health. He's in good standings. And he started out just not having any mechanics to begin with. So the fact that everybody calls him the greatest of all time is just, I guess he built that type of reputation on just proving people wrong. So as far as being a team leader and as far as being a great player, I get that. I really do. I give him that. But I don't know if he's the greatest of all time.
I think Brady's the greatest of all time. He has 7 rings. There's no other quarterback that has 7 rings. As far as rings. Now, is he the greatest just pure quarterback all time? I mean, you could say there's other guys.
Correct.
You could say Mahomes has a liver arm. You could say Aaron Rodgers has a better arm. You could say Peyton Manning was a better quarterback, but they just don't have the credentials that Brady has. Is he the best pure polished QB? No, I don't think he is. But with those 7 Super Bowl rings, he's the GOAT for sure. Michigan. He's not from Michigan, but University of Michigan alum, and that's how we do it. That's how we do our guys, man. Brady, like I said, I wanted to see Brady bring it back one more year. Chris Godwin got hurt. AB quit on the team, so it would have been a little different if he would have had those guys. But hats off to Brady for a phenomenal Hall of Fame career, and I think
yeah. And what do you think is going to happen with the Bucs? What's the future of the Buccaneers to come? Because now they got Brady. They lost Brady, but I guess they still got.
They're gonna have to get another quarterback in. What'd you say?
I think they still got some decent players. They got Gronk, and they got a couple decent players.
That was my next question, though. Is Gronk going to retire now that Brady's gone? Gronk's played his whole career with Brady in New England. Played with him, won the Super Bowl in Tampa. Gronk, a guy who already retired and came back, got his face dealt with a lot of injuries. He's not as fast as he used to be. Does he hang it up? Is there any point in him coming back if Brady's not going to be there?
Absolutely. Absolutely, and that's a question I guess we're all wondering, because that's like his amigo, like you can't lose your amigo, and then you lose a spark in you to play. You really do. You have to, in a sense, I feel like he's alone.
Yeah,
because they were always passing plays together. They were always.
Yeah, so we'll see what Gronk does. We'll see if Gronk announces his retirement. Does he keep on playing? Stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right, let's see some of the feedback.
A couple more invites here.
All right, let's check out some of the feedback here. We got Joel's in the building. He said, "Hey, what's up, P Savvy?" Shout out to Hada in the building. Hada said both boxing and UFC. She likes both. She doesn't prefer one of the over the other. She said, yes, Tom Brady is the GOAT. Shout out BA in the building. BA says boxing all day. Boxing over UFC any day of the week for him. BA says, I thought for sure he was coming back. I think he can play several more seasons. I think he got like one more in him. I think he has one more in him for sure. He's 44. Would have been 45 this year. I think he had one more.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear about the retirement, honestly. But you know what? Let me ask you something. I want to ask you something. The fact that the Buccaneers didn't move on in the playoffs, do you think that Brady was getting a little bit of slack for that? Do you think that, his team loves him and everything, and they're they're unified. They're a hardship team. They're really the definition of a team. But do you think that he couldn't handle the pressure of hearing his teammates be like, hey, man, we could have went further in the playoffs? And he's just kind of like, you know what? I want to be with my family, and we're not moving on forward in the playoffs. Do you think him losing maybe on purpose, or the fact that they lost it all kind of made that decision for Brady? You know what I'm saying? Do you think that influenced his decision to not play football anymore and to retire?
I mean, I think he understands he has to start thinking about life after football. You're 45,
Yeah.
44 will be 45 this year. You still got another 40
Mm-hmm.
years to live where you're not going to be playing
Mm-hmm.
football, and you got to get ready for that. As far as with your family, your other business endeavors, you're not going to be able to play football until you're 80 years old. So the time is now.
Yeah.
He's closing the football chapter. He's opening up a new chapter, and he's going to have plenty of opportunities. He's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. He's gonna have all types of movies, podcasts, broadcasting. He's gonna have so many opportunities. He's gonna be able to pick and choose whatever he wants to do. But a guy that's been playing so long, he probably just wants to chill, spend some time with his family, regroup, and I'm sure he'll dive in some of those business endeavors. All right, let's get to some
Be
more
interesting
feedback.
to see what he does next. What do you think? You think he's gonna coach?
Maybe. I mean, hey, if
you think he's
Harbaugh
got a coaching career?
Yeah, he can come to Michigan and coach. If what's Harbaugh's done, once Harbaugh leaves, we could bring in Brady. He can come here and coach for the next 20 years. And
Oh,
and
man,
about that too,
fantastic.
Jim Harbaugh did announce he's coming back to Michigan. He's not going to leave. He interviewed with the Minnesota Vikings, but he just announced Jim Harbaugh's coming back to Michigan.
Did he? Okay, because I saw that he had the interview with the Vikings that they were going to go ahead and conduct the contract.
Yeah, he went out there for the
That's
interview,
awesome.
but he went out there he conducted the interview, but he announced that he's coming back. He's not going to take the position, so Harbaugh's coming back.
Yeah, man, they went to playoffs. I mean, they got a great season this year.
Yeah, they did. Hopefully they can capitalize on it because he beat Ohio State, but still 1-5 against Ohio State. I want to see him do it again. And
that second string quarterback, you got to watch out for him, man, because I've been watching him all season.
Yeah,
he's a hard player for sure.
Absolutely, for sure. All right, let's get to some more of the feedback here. BA, shout out to BA. BA says, I thought for sure he was coming back. I think he can play several more seasons. I don't know about several more, but I think he had one more in him for sure.
Yeah, I think he had one more in him. Yeah.
Hada says, money talks, ready to settle down. Bashir says, what do y'all mean? That man has 7 rings.
He's like, don't be selfish.
Yeah. Benito says he could have played a year or 2 more, but the Bucks are losing a lot of their players. That's true. Like I said, they lost Godwin, AB, probably going to retire, so their roster is definitely going to switch over. Okay, let's see.
A lot of their players left for mental illness too. So that's kind of something to look into too. Is like how well were these players getting treated?
For sure. Shout out to Trey Jack in the building. Trey Jack says, I think give him season by season. He says he definitely has one more for sure. BA says Gronk is going to retire. Shout out to Ish in the building. Ish said UFC is more exciting for sure. He said UFC is more exciting than boxing. What do you think about that? You think UFC is more exciting than boxing?
I think because it's got a heavier it's got more of a following, when you're ready, when you're watching the main card, like that's something that the stream that you have to subscribe to, they're making money on, but I think it's just a more exciting factor versus watching just boxing.
All right, there you go. All right, let's see. Steve's in the building. He said, what up, Peace Savage? Trey says, I think one more season, then just go live. And then BA says Brady just dropped his clothing line. Did you know Brady had a clothing line?
Maybe. I think I probably have read something. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check out his line. I think I seen it. I think it has like his number on it or something. I want to say I have seen it before. It's not coming to the top of my memory right this second, but I gotta check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check a little bit, check more into the Tom Brady clothing line. I gotta check a little more into
Tom Brady clothing line.
Yeah, I'm gonna check more into that. All right, moving on here. All right, speaking of football, we got a big Super Bowl halftime show this year. We got Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige. This is the first big hip hop halftime show that we're gonna see like this. So I mean, what are the expectations for this for this halftime performance. Are you excited to see this?
Yeah, because I mean, you got the legends coming together. They've all had major hits. They've all had platinum records. So you got Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, Snoop, and the fact that a lot of them have roots here in Detroit, it kind of feels like Detroit's going to be at the Super Bowl a little bit. You got Stafford and you got Snoop Dogg, you got M. So it's gonna feel like a LA Detroit Super Bowl a little bit. Like we're gonna be there in spirit. I love M. I'm a huge fan of M, and obviously Dre founded M, so it's just like it's gonna be cool to see them. Snoop's always here. Shout out to Snoop. It's going to be good to see them all perform. I don't know if they're going to perform together. I don't know if they're going to have like a couple innuendos with like, oh, here's the track here. And then they're going to cut, you know what I'm saying? A couple features come in. It'll be interesting how they play that out. It really will.
Yeah. I mean, 5 people it's 5 people performing. And I know the halftime show, you only get a certain amount of time. So it's like, how exactly I want to see, because I think Dre's the one producing it, putting it all together. So I want to see exactly how he puts the show together, who raps where, who does what exactly, because it's 5 huge artists, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like you said, Stafford, former Detroit Lion, Detroit guy, and this is the closest thing. The Lions ain't going to the Super Bowl, so as long as we get somebody from Michigan that'll go perform, I guess that'll help represent us.
Let's make this clear: Detroit is not going to the Super Bowl. Can I say it one more time? Stafford is a fucking quarterback for the Rams. He's not our quarterback. I'm so sick and tired of hearing Detroit's in the Super Bowl. No, we're not. No, we're not. And we're not for a freaking reason. Okay? We're not for a reason. So shout out to the Rams. Shout out to Cincy. Y'all are going to do your thing in the Super Bowl, but Detroit is not in it. I am tired of going through my feed and hearing Stafford, shout out to Stafford because he's Detroit. Like, he's on a whole other team. Like, yeah, he could rep us because he used to be our quarterback for the longest. You know what I'm saying? This is the first term with, but it's like, it's still not the same, Raj.
Yeah, for sure.
You agree or not? Or maybe I'm just being a little mean, a little petty.
I feel he's no longer here. But I mean, like I said, yeah, the Lions are just so sorry and such a horrible organization, and they're never going to come anywhere near a Super Bowl. So I guess this is the closest thing you'll get to it. You got a guy that used to play for
what? Ford needs to do something about that. He needs to get it together, and he needs to do something about having a Lions organization that actually becomes a winning team. We need to be conditioned to be a winning team soon enough.
Well, that's the problem right there. Ownership. The Fords they're good. They're good business people, but they're not good football people. They got good business endeavors. The Ford Motor Company and all their other business endeavors.
Yeah.
But as far as football people, they're not good. They clearly cannot run an NFL franchise. As we can see, they've implemented a losing culture here, a losing organization. So until the Fords sell a team, the Lions they're gonna suck, and they're gonna be stuck in mediocrity. It just is what it is.
And comment below if you guys agree with us on that, because it's proven. You got Stafford, who was our quarterback for how many years, that couldn't get to the playoffs. We couldn't make, we haven't had a chance in the Super Bowl. So he goes and plays one term with a whole nother team across the country. And here he is. And now he's in the Super Bowl. So it just kind of proves like everybody was stating the fact that, oh, Stafford's not a good leader. Stafford's not, he's a great player, but he's not a good leader. How much of that was actually true? How much of the organization actually let him lead? And you really have to put that into perspective, Detroit. You really do. Like, everything's not always seen to the eye. Like, you got to know. And that's your answer right there. It makes us look bad. It's making us look horrible.
Yeah, go. And speaking of Super Bowl, who's your pick? Who does P Savvy like in the Super Bowl? You like the Bengals or you like the Rams?
Man, I need some Joe Burrows in my life. I like that he's young, he's fresh. He's a great he's a great leader. He's a great quarterback. I think I really would like to see the Bengals do something, man. This is a shock. This really is a shock. I'm sure it's a shock to you, Raj, because I thought maybe the Bills were going to do something, but I don't know. I really want to see the Bengals do something. I don't mind California. I love LA. Shout out to Stafford, but I want to see the Bengals take this one home. They deserve it. This is a hard season, man, for them. They played hard.
So you rooting for the underdog. You like the underdog story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'll make my prediction next week.
We both know. It's got to be the Rams. We both know that.
Yeah. Yeah, they put all their chips into the middle of the table to get here, and they got here. So it's pretty much a win or bust for them. But I like the underdog too, because who thought the Bengals and Joe Burrow would be in this position right now? I think nobody did before. I don't even think Cincinnati fans thought that the Bengals would be in the Super Bowl this year.
I don't think anybody did.
Nah. But I mean, shout out to Cincinnati though. The University of Cincinnati got into the college football playoffs, and the Cincinnati Bengals are now in the Super Bowl. So shout out to Cincinnati. They're doing their thing on the football tip this year.
Congrats, Cincinnati. Congrats, Los Angeles Rams. Let's do this. When's Super Bowl?
Next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday.
February 13th, baby. Let's go.
Oh, the day before Valentine's Day. Okay.
Day before Valentine's Day. What are we doing for Super Bowl, Raj? What are you making me?
We got to put something in motion.
All right. Okay.
All right. Let's get to some more of the feedback here. Hada says a halftime show is going to be real nice. Can't wait. Ish says the Super Bowl halftime show will be a bit lame. Dang, Ish, why you say that? Oh, we got 5 legends performing. One of the greatest producers of all time. Like, how's it going to be lame? Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop, Dr. Dre. I mean, I think it's going to be very exciting.
I didn't see Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is going to be
there? Yeah, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Kendrick, Eminem, Mary J. Blige. It's 5 people.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
So, Ish, let us know why you think that's going to be lame. I think those 5 people are dope.
She don't like none of them.
Yeah, shout out to Trey Jack. Trey Jack says we definitely in there because of the Detroit Rams. The Detroit Rams.
Stop! That's my new pet peeve. Don't do it. Detroit will never be Los Angeles. Okay.
In Detroit, fans are way more prominent and more caring about their teams. That NFC Championship game last week, San Fran at the Rams in LA, it was more San Fran fans there than LA. LA people are more bandwagon. Oh, our team's good right now. It's just a melting pot. It's just Hollywood bullshit. A bunch of people trying to get on. Yeah. They don't have no genuine, no real fans in LA. Like, come on, now stop. Like maybe like the Dodgers have real, genuine fans, but like the Rams, like a lot of LA, a lot of those fans, that shit is phony. It's fake.
Yeah. Right, yeah, they're bandwagoners for sure. I know that firsthand selling T-shirts, man.
Yeah. I'll get some more of the feedback here. Sal Benito says, hell yeah, Dr. Dre all day. Steve said the Tom Brady clothing line is just clothes that Tom Brady would wear. LOL. Ish once again said, I'm not excited to see Dr. Dre perform.
Ish, what do you have against Dr. Dre for real, girl?
Dr. Dre's Ish is a guy. Dr. Dre's a legend.
Too old. Hey, you know what? Dr. Dre's personality is away from his music, if that's what you're thinking, girl, because he's a beep. And I get it. Like, I don't like his person, but I don't mind his music. There's total separate things with Dre.
Man, Dre's a legend. He's a legendary producer, artist. Like, come on, man.
But he's an asshole. You know what happened with him and his wife and everything else, man.
But I mean, we knew what we seen in the media play out in the media. We don't know exactly what happened behind closed doors, what caused a lot of that ruckus. So, but I mean, regardless of what she got her money, and
Yeah,
hey,
you're right. She should be happy. She should be
yeah.
content.
All right, let's see. It says in the NFL, teams get good overnight. Don't count the Lions out. He doesn't like you counting the Lions out. P savvy.
Okay, well, I mean, you could give me one game that we actually worked as a team to try to strive in this season. If you can give me one game, and don't give me them damn Vikings. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one game that we busted our ass this season.
All right, BA says true words have never been spoken. I've been saying this for a while. Fords need to sell a team, take that few billion, and move on to a different business endeavor.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Joel says if Ford sell a team, the Lions will get moved to a different state. So you think if the Ford sell the Lions, you think a new owner will come in and move them and take them out of Michigan? You think that'll happen?
I don't know because I haven't heard any prospects. If I heard a prospect, it's like Raj, we gotta get rich quick, man. We
Yeah.
gotta keep
I mean,
these
I think
guys
if they
here.
sell a team to a Michigander, I don't think they're going to move the team. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they would do that though, at the last
but,
resort. But do you
but
think they're selfish enough that they're gonna try to hold on to it with good graces and think that they can build that organization? They're not.
yeah,
If they're holding on to it for selfishness, because it's like an ego thing, and Mr. Ford can think he can handle it. That's I don't know. Obviously, we know he
yeah.
can't.
Yeah, I mean this is all just speculation. At the end of the day, this is just our opinion. The Fords aren't giving up the team. It's a good business
No,
endeavor for
no,
them.
yeah, we don't want to draw
They're raking in
any
millions, billions.
conclusions.
It's very lucrative to own an NFL franchise. They're not going to sell a team, even though they
No,
need to, even though they're incompetent ownership. But they're not.
no.
They're not going to sell a team unless people really start banning, stop going to the games, get rid of their season tickets, stop buying the merch. Then they'll consider it. But as long as people keep supporting, they're not going to sell a team.
And I
All right.
think if you looked on TV, it looked like Ford Field was pretty full. I think a lot of people were going to those games. I mean, the tickets were probably cheap, but
Yeah,
people were going to the games,
I
man.
mean,
They were watching.
football is king. People love football,
Yeah, yeah. Can't take that
and
away.
you got to think we played the Browns this year, the Bears, the Packers. All those fans travel. That's all not that far from Michigan. So those
Mm-hmm.
those those teams fans can definitely travel here. So
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. All right. So what have you been doing as far as music and producing? Have you been making any noise on that end?
I haven't been making any noise on that end because I do have a big show in Las Vegas, February 14th, and it's the Magic Sourcing Show. So I always go there, and I'm building the clothing line. I was telling you about Savante. So I focused a little bit more on that retrospect of building the clothing line and having it mimic me and having it mimic my brand, and just getting it together, getting ready for the launch. I'm hoping within the next year I'm gonna have a brick and mortar here, and I'm gonna have an actual boutique set up, and I'll be unisex, so you can shop too, Raj. It isn't just
Okay.
gonna be females like me,
I'll
so
definitely support. I'll
males are
definitely
definitely
support.
gonna be shopping. And I want it to be a premium clothing line. I want it to be top luxury. I'm not going to be I will hint that I will not be, I'm not going to be as expensive as Gucci and Versace and Christian Louboutin and Louis Vuitton. So I want to be on that notion that it's going to be in this economy. I have to really think about, who I'm going to target and who I'm going to market to. And I would like to market for everybody or almost everybody to afford this clothing line. That's going to be important for me.
Okay. So it's more so in the right now it's in the
The
blueprint
fashion.
stages.
Mm-hmm.
So you're more in the blueprint stages right now, still connecting the dots, putting everything together to do the full
Mm-hmm.
rollout. Okay.
Correct. Yep. And the full rollout is going to I'm going to have a specific day set after the sourcing show. So
Okay.
these
Oh,
are
so
the
you do have
next big
plans for the Super Bowl? You'll be out on the West Coast.
I will be on the West Coast. Yes, I will be an hour away from Los Angeles. Plane, 4 hours drive.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the most well-traveled people I know. Every time I look at your story, you in a new state. You always on the go.
I was in Houston. Shout out to my Texans, man. I was in Houston last week, and I was out there for the auto show. And it's just amazing to see the evolution and what's happening across the country, because when you're so riverine on being in your state for so long, you almost forget the reality of the rest of the country and what's going on with the rest of the country. So I like being able to travel. I like to experience the new cultures, and kind of see what's popping, you know?
Right. So what are some of your what have been some of your favorite places to visit?
Let's see. In Texas, I went to lower end of Texas. I went to South Padre Island, and that was really, really pretty. It was nice to get out and get to the island and take a look at the water and meditate and get that fresh air. Didn't have the best weather, but I can't complain. Better than here.
Yeah,
Three
I was just
inches,
about to
4 inches
say,
of
can't.
snow.
I know it wasn't 8 to
Yeah.
14 inches of snow, so
Yeah. So between Houston and going to Brownsville and going to South Padre Island, that was really fun. And then, of course, I'm going back and forth to Las Vegas. So Vegas is the nightlife. Vegas is popping. It's a very fast city. So, I live that fast life. So it's been taking a hard fall from COVID. I will tell you that, though. I mean, prices right now are like super cheap to go to Vegas.
yeah.
You got to plan that Vegas trip with your boys, Raj. It's time.
Yeah, I've been out there once before. We're doubling back this year again for sure. I
Good.
like Vegas. I fuck with Vegas. I like it out there.
Yeah, I love it.
Shout out my dog Low out there. He showed us around. Hey, we had a good time. Shout out my dog Low.
Good.
All
I
right.
actually went to a couple different casinos for the first time. I went to Circa and I checked out their sports book. So shout out to their sports book, because they got
Yeah.
that
Circle. That's the one with the
jumbotron.
pool on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, they got that jumbotron too with the big screen. So I mean, shout out to me. Hopefully, I'll be out there during the Super Bowl, out there in my swimsuit watching the big game. So we'll see.
Yeah. The snow's gonna miss you. The snow's gonna miss you.
I won't miss it.
All right. Some of the feedback here. Trey Jack says, "We watching the Super Bowl, not you." Respectfully. I think he's talking about the rollout you said you had the next day, Valentine's Day, for the clothing line or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's just the sourcing show. The actual launch will be definitely past Super Bowl. We'll be like into the Olympics, maybe.
Okay, a little clarity. All right, let's see. Hada says, "What's in the cup, Raj?" You know I gotta have that yak when I break your back. Little cognac.
I gotta go put something in my cup, Raj. I almost forgot.
Yeah, little cognac, a little Bobby Brown on this snowy, wintry, cold Michigan night.
There you go.
All right, let me see.
So, Raj, I do want to talk about something, because it is the Savvy Savage show, and hashtag let's talk about it. Now let's get out of sports. Let's lean away from sports a little bit. There is some stuff going on. We for any of our viewers that have seen us before or heard of us, we do like to get a little sticky, and especially me, I like to talk about things that might make people uncomfortable, but it's always an open opinion, and I'm non-biased, so I try to just state what I know, state what I heard, state what I saw. You guys, it's up to you to tell me what you think. Right now we got the trucker convoy going on. It started in Ottawa, Canada, and it happened because I guess they were being forced to mandate the vaccine and whatnot in order to work. And a lot of union and so on and so forth did not like that. So they got together, they created the convoy, and they lined up, and it's kind of like a big revolt, and they're just kind of fighting back in Canada to Trudeau about like this, we're not going to do this. The mandate doesn't make any sense to us, and we're going to get it, we're not going to get it. I mean, it's very important to go through the facts and go through, okay, is it killing people, is it not killing people? And they made the decision, the truckers within themselves, to go ahead and start this convoy. It is starting now. It has reached our country. It started in DC, and they've been lining up. But here's the problem, Raj. There is a selective group of people that are going into the masses, that are kind of changing the media perspective. So they're going into the masses and creating a chaos, kind of like the event we all know. And it's very, very similar. And they're going into the masses, and the media is getting on it, and they're saying, well, now the convoys become violent, and it's possible that they're anarchists, so they're coming after the government, and they're threatening the government over not being able to pass these mandates, not being able to pass the vaccine, and not wanting to take the vaccine. So this is really, really important, because I always say this: watch your back, because there's the union, and there's people like you and me that find this to be really disturbing, and we feel that our rights are being taken away. Long story short, when the masses get a hold of it, that it kind of gets, what do you want to call it? Flipped. The story gets flipped. So it became a selective group of people that have joined the masses, and they started rioting, and they riot on a violent level instead of a peaceful level. And, they were the first responders, they were blocking first responders, and it became a whole rioting revolution in a sense. So we're just worried about this coming to the country and creating the tyranny that will turn if we don't get these selective people out of there. You know what I'm saying? We have to get these people out of there, because they're like poisoning our waters. We just want to have a peaceful protest, but these selective people that are coming in are trying to change it's like they're trying to sabotage our riot. They're trying to sabotage our protest. We were protesting peacefully, and they came in kind of like the event of, and then here it is now on the news media that it became a violent protest, and so are dead. Right? How many people died? How many people were injured? Well, it was never like that, because it started out in Ottawa, Canada, and it was never like that. So that's something that is really, really bothering to me, being lied to, and the government still lying to us. I think we need to do our own research for sure. I think we need to stop listening to news. We need to shut off CNN. Fox is getting kind of hip to it, so shout out to Fox News. And yeah, I think we need to start doing our own research. I think it's time to wake up.
Yeah, when you got any group that's going against the grain of the government, then they have one of the strongest tools in the world, which is the media, and they could control any, they can have any narrative they want. Like Malcolm X once said, the media can make a guilty man look innocent and an innocent man look guilty. So when you got people that are going against the grain of the U.S., they're going to put just terrorist militia group. They're going to put these different jackets on them to make them look bad and to shed a bad light on them. And and as far as the vaccination,
sheds a bad light to you and me, Raj, to the general people, the people that were protesting peacefully, and we're taking the blame. You know what I'm saying? We're tired of taking the blame. Get these people out of here. You got to watch your back now, because you don't know who you're protesting next to. That's the only point I'm trying to make here. You don't know who you're protesting next to anymore. You don't know who your next door neighbor is. So you just got to watch your back.
Yeah, and the vaccinations, it shouldn't be something that's mandated. It should be something that's optional. I don't understand why they're mandating it, just forcing this on people the way they are. Why they're pushing it so hard? It should be a person's personal choice. Whether same thing as far as getting like a flu. Excuse me. Same thing as far as getting like a flu shot or anything of that nature. I don't understand why they're going so hard with this, wanting everybody to get it. And then people are getting vaccinated, they're still catching COVID. They're going to go get the booster shots and stuff and still catching COVID, still having to quarantine. It seems like it's really just a numbers and a money game, really, if you ask me. And it's population control as well.
Yeah, Raj. I mean, there's only so far we're gonna go. We can talk about that. You and I both know, and I'm sure hopefully some of our viewers are hip to the game. There's a lot of evidence out there where it's just kind of like they laugh right in our face, and we're supposed to be sitting here as the new generation to take it. I don't know how much I'm going to sit here and take it anymore because it's affecting my work. It's affecting my career. It's affecting me. It's affecting my family. It's affecting my friends. It's affecting mental illness. There's a huge case of mental illness from those who they told and responded to, don't go see your family. Don't go see your friends. Don't meet up with your loved ones on the holidays. I mean, how many people have been affected by this, Raj? Like, how long can you keep playing this shit fuck game? Like, how long do you think we can be stupid and you're lab rats? How long? How long do they think we're going to keep listening to them? How many times have they lied to us? So it's just, what's your opinion, guys? I'm gonna cool down back here.
Cool down. Get some water. Let's take a water break. Take a water break.
But I definitely just want people to understand that, enough's enough. We got to get back to normal life here. We got to get it back to a routine of going back to work and making real money because, when you lose your house and you have to file bankruptcy, it's like you think the government's going to sit here and help you, but they're taking away your house, and the housing market is a balloon right now. So good luck trying to find another one.
Yeah. All right, let's get some of let's get to some of the feedback. Let's see what the people got to say about it. Shout out to Trey Jack. Trey Jack says she's trying to be slick. Not sure what he means by that. You trying to be slick about something, be savvy?
Always.
Okay. Shout out
BA. Don't tread on me, baby. Don't tread on me.
BA says agent provocators. Agent provocators. Joel says P Savvy loves brother Malcolm X. All right. Ish is part of the Great Reset. Okay, I like that. Part of the Great Reset. Yeah, because they're clearing up a lot of pensions. They're clearing up a lot of people that's on healthcare, disability, all that. Getting a lot of people out of there, and definitely restart and getting rid of a lot of people for sure. And like I was saying earlier, a lot of his population control as well. I feel as though. So, and then let's see. Trey Jack says, "How does it affect you? How does it affect you, P Savvy?"
It affects me because I've had a lot of shows shut down. I've had a lot of work that was postponed. It affects me because I hear what a lot of people have to say. Okay. And I can sense a small fragment of mental illness from these people. They're telling me, well, I had to get it because my work forced me to get it, or I had to get it because I couldn't travel if I didn't get it, or I had to get it because they told me to get it because my mom is sick, or they're older, they're in their 60s and 70s and 80s, and I don't want to get them sick. So it's a fact of, like, I understand that you've had to take the sacrifice, but how much research have you actually done before you've turned on the news and made that decision because they told you to make it? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm afraid of. That's why it affects me, because it affects the future. It affects how much are we going to listen to our government, and how much are we going to listen to these so-called authority doctors, scientists, whatever they want to call it. And we're going to make our personal life decisions based off them. What happened to our own decisions as a human being? What happened to, you know, kids' curriculum, going to school? Now the government's going to tell your kid exactly what they're going to learn in their curriculum, so the parents have no obligation towards that. Like that's the type of monarchy that's coming in the future. That's what they're preparing us for, and that's what bothers me. That's why it bothers me and affects me truly.
Well said. Well said. Okay. Let's get some more of the feedback here. Shout out Nori in the building. BA says we need Biden out of there and a revamped political system. Very flawed and has been taken over.
Mm-hmm. Biden doesn't know what he's doing. The poor guy. Man, come on. He has to be assisted when walking. He slurs his speech. I mean, you guys really want a president? You guys want a dictator of our country that can't even remember his name? This is what you guys want? Well, there's something we can do. There's got to be something we can do.
I think a lot of people went and voted for Biden because they were. It's not that they were Biden supporters. I think a lot of people were just trying to get Trump out of there. So they just went. They went and voted for Biden just to get Trump out of there. And now Biden's in there. And people are like, "What is this? Like, what did we do? Like this? You guys just an old puppet." I mean, but we don't got to worry about him running for a second term. though. He's too old. No way he can run.
Biden's not. Listen, Biden can run all he wants. He will not make that second term, Raj.
No way. Too old. He's going to be 82 at the end of this term. He's going to be too old. The healthiest positivity. Like, there is a positive moment in this that I did have. And because I'm flying to the West Coast, I get the opinions on both. I get the left wing and I get the right wing. I get both of their opinions. I hear it all day long. They are waking up to the truth, Raj. They're like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't even know who the hell I voted for. And I'm like, great. Glad you woke up. I'm glad you're finally seeing that this was a problem from the beginning. This was a problem to start with. Don't put anybody that's this age that already has a mental health problem as our commander-in-chief. What's wrong with you? It's like they're waking up though, Raj. They're waking up. They're like, we don't know who this guy is. I don't think he knows who he is. Yeah.
So they're waking up.
All right, let me get your opinion on some more of this feedback here. Joel says, big time rocker Kid Rock says he will not be performing at venues that require masks. I like that. It's strength in numbers.
We're fighting back. Slowly but surely, we are fighting back. And we do. We do need the idols. We do need the masses to say and put their foot down and say, hey, you know what? I'm getting sick and tired of this my damn self. I want to perform. I want to go back to having real life shows. I want to go back to having my fans that love me for my music and love me for, I don't want them to be wearing masks all day, not being able to breathe. You know how many airport incidents where people are like just on an airplane that have to wear a mask all day and on an airplane, and they're like, enough is enough. I can't even breathe on this. I'm like, Raj, I'm the same damn way. I'm flying everywhere. I can't even breathe with that damn thing on.
Yeah. I already know. I just flew to and back from Puerto Rico. I already know. Matched up the whole time. It sucks.
All right, and did you get tested? Did they test your ass too?
Oh yeah, you had to. You can't get out of Puerto Rico's terminal if you don't have a negative COVID test. You're not getting out the terminal. They're not even letting you go anywhere.
They'll keep you there. They'll keep you there. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
I've heard some horror stories for sure.
Yep. Get to some more of the feedback here. BA said there's no thing as free speech anymore. When they will pay you to get a shot, something is up.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Jack says, did Savvy vote for Trump?
course I did. I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump because he's not he's not into politics. He's not a politician. He was about our economy, and he was about bringing Fortune 500 companies back to the US, which allows us to cut back our costs, which means it stops inflation. And honestly, you guys, we had a good economy, did we not, with Trump? How much what was the gas prices? What look at the industries, look at our materials, our groceries, our natural resources, everything. I mean, you guys have to understand there's a distinguished difference between what's going on with Biden and what happened in Trump's term and Trump's election. So, yes, I'm a businesswoman. Yes, I voted for Trump. Yes. I don't trust Biden. Where the hell did this guy come from? I didn't trust that guy from the jump. I never trusted him.
There it is. All right, closing it out on feedback here. Joe says, I voted Trump and I hope he runs again. Trey Jack says, yeah, so he can get us that money again. He wants some more of those Trump dollars, some more of that stimulus money. Trying to get stimulated.
What was your last stimulus check with Biden? I'm waiting. I'm hearing it. What about your student loans? Did those get canceled? Oh, okay. Crickets. Can we get some crickets, Raj?
Yeah. Let's see. Bendo says dreaming of our dinner dates. BA says people don't stick together. There's power in numbers. NYC says I don't even think Biden trusts himself.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to everybody on the live stream right now. This is definitely going to be a weekly thing. Raaj Bundles, the Savvy Savage Show. Let's talk about it. We're going to be here just discussing all types of things. We love hearing you guys' input, you guys' feedback. We love reading it.
We got the Super Bowl. Who's ready for the Super Bowl, baby? 2 more weeks.
Absolutely.
We got Super Bowl, Olympics. The Olympics are coming out. February 4th, guys, the beginning of the Olympics. They will have the opener February 4th. Beijing, baby. We are back in Beijing.
Yep. The Olympics. It got postponed from what? Was it last year, the year before? What was it?
Yeah. So it's now last year's, this year's, but we're the Winter Olympics.
Okay. But it is going to be back on schedule, right? It's still going to be every 4 years. So it's going to be 3 years from now then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're on schedule. Yeah. Will be interesting to see what they do in that opener, though.
Yeah.
Every opener is a surprise.
Yeah, for sure. You guys make sure you guys go check me out on all streaming platforms, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. That's Raaj Bundles, Raaj Space Bundles. Same thing on YouTube. Go check out some of the music, some of the videos. Got a new project on the way. Me and Hollywood Street Savage got the Holly Wizzle project on the way. We got a new visual on the way called Move Around. Go check me out on YouTube. We just dropped the Tay Bands Minutes video. We just networking, just working right now. Just stay in tune with the movement. Raaj Bundles, the Savvy Savage Show. P Savvy, anything you want to add before we get up out of here?
No, you guys can go ahead and follow me at the Real P Savvy on Instagram. You guys can follow me, Patty Savvy, on Facebook. And I'll be soon to have a website out, and that's going to be savvyinternational.com. And that's where you're going to check out everything. You're going to see Savante. You're going to see my music. I'm going to put it all on one adjudicated platform, keep it nice and simple for you guys. And hopefully, I think I'm going to have a green screen the next time we do the show. So it's going to get real interesting soon.
Okay, stay tuned. A lot of clothing line on the way, green screen on the way, all kinds of stuff on the way. You guys stay tuned. It's all on the way. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys.
All right, we up out of here, man. Peace and blessings, everybody.